Hello everyone and welcome to the JDL Season 3 Week 1 VOD review. It's taken us a little bit, but we are once again back for our third season. We've only got 6 battles tonight, but we also have a special award show for our Week 1 battles at the end of the VOD review. I'm joined by Lex and Maggie, and shall we just jump right into it with Aurora versus Evan?
Hello.
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble!
Alright, starting off, we have Aurora versus Evan. Evan has brought Cloister, Latios, Porygon 2, Rotom Heat, Murkrow, and Dust Noir. And then...
And Cloister and Dusk Noir are the gem captains.
And then Aurora has brought Blaziken, Ninetales, Shiftry, Suicune, Rotom Fan, and Bronzong. I'm gonna pull up this.
With Shiftry being gem captain.
Let's hear the sets. I think Blaziken is a pretty straightforward set with that. It's going to use speed boost. It's just going all out, basically all out attacking, or as much as Blaziken can be, because it kind of does need that protect for that first turn. And more offensive Ninetales set, which I think is interesting. It kind of does want like all those moves to deal with everything, though. Shiftry is the one that I find more interesting because I'm not a big fan. I don't know how good the fake out is.
Especially if you're not running normal gem.
I guess the X is for Latios.
I feel like it stalls out your sun turns, which you kind of don't want to do. That's so true. It's Drought. It's Gen 5.
But I think the X is clearly for Latios.
I think you would have been a lot more practical to just go with a dark gem with, like, say, I don't know, knockoff.
Knockoff's only base 20 power.
Well, knockoff is still 20 base power in this gen.
Yeah, but at least then the knockoff's gonna hurt the Latios at least.
Well, I think the goal is to kill, and Exeter that probably will. Because, like, even then, it's more like essentially now you have a 30 base power move with knockoff, so. Now, Sucker Punch boosted, though. That sounds pretty good. But I think the X-Scissors is a bit more guaranteed, and I kind of like that. Because also, I feel like you're much more likely to burn the, like, Sucker Punch earlier. Whereas, like, that X-Scissor, you're going to save just for Latios.
Yeah.
Suicune and Rotom are pretty solid. It's defensive Suicune. I don't know how I like the Protect substitute as much. I know it's just so you can like really Toxic Stall, but yeah.
I mean, it's kind of what Suicune does. Like I think that's fairly normal for it.
Against like Shell Smash Cloister, if it's running Rock Blast, it could kind of just like shred through it anyway.
Now, the Rain Dance on the Bronzong on your Rain team is interesting.
Because nothing on Evan's team, I don't think can really... Yeah, I'm really confused by that, actually. I don't like that. I don't know what it's...
I figured you'd bring Sunny Day.
It feels more detrimental than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm not really big on that.
After all, this team's not really trying to use Suicune as an offensive pressure.
It is a defensive mon. Or it is typically a defensive mon. I think it works really well here. I feel like it actually almost feels like harmful, because if you lose Ninetales, it's really I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's for.
I also don't know why you're ever clicking
Pokemon, Cloister, gets boosted from Rain.
Would love to have the Rain up.
Let's move on to Evan's team.
Yeah, I think Sunny Day there, just so that way, like, in case the Murkrow wants to click Rain Dance or something.
Yeah. No. So let's look at Evan's team. We have Cloister, so we have I like that Cloister set a lot, actually. I think against... actually, I don't know. I kind of would have maybe like drill run as a second attacking move would have helped you let it.
Yeah, because that way you can hit
You still
Blaziken
have
for
Blaziken after
damage.
Shell Smash. I like the Ice
Mm-hmm.
Gem a lot. So like either drill run or like you're not running Hydro Pump though because it's a rain team or a sun team. So, but like I think drill run would have been really good to have
Yeah.
unless like it didn't kill, which I kind of doubt.
I like that
Yes,
Porygon
Porygon
too.
I think Thunderwave.
I think HP and Ice Beam hits this team really well because it lets you hit the fire types without
It
resorting to
hits
a water
everything
attack.
but Bronzong really well. But Psychic Steel is just like actually like a really good.
And also into Evan's team, Bronzong could be heat proof because there's no ground
Yeah,
type
but it's
outside of
not
like
deep,
Wish
though.
Cash. Yeah, but I think there's a reasonable
I think it makes more sense because
expectation of it being heat proof.
If Cloyster does have Drill Run, it does let it wall Cloyster.
Yeah.
I actually like the Psychic Psyshock combo, like both of them on Latios because of Suicune existing, where Suicune is typically much more especially bulky, and it gives it like a way to hit it regardless. That's a Rotom Heat set. Be careful, people, with your Will-O-Wisps on Rotom in this gen. All I'm gonna say. I like Murkrow actually. I really like Tailwind as another way to like, counter Blaziken. I really like Thunder Wave. I think Roost is solid. I'm not actually as much sold on like the Eviolite, I guess.
I mean, what else would you run on it? There's no boots.
Resist Fairy or like maybe.
Also, you did forget 8 EVs on the Murkrow.
Like I feel like a Resist Berry or like a could have been a bit better or like a.
I don't know. I feel like you always just run Eviolite because it just makes you like. With Roost, it actually makes you live a decent amount of hits.
Switcheroo, because like in that case you could run like Switcheroo with like Toxic Orb or something. That could like really.
I'm not sure in Gen 5. I can pull that up real quick.
Down Suicune, for example. I like the Foul Play. I think Foul Play is really good.
It does not get Switcheroo in this gen.
I think Dusknoir is really interesting. I like the Thief tech. I think that's really smart.
So, I will say Evan has that after this battle that it wasn't like Dark Gem Thief does not work how you would expect it to.
I was really shocked. Like I was genuinely shocked at that happening.
I mean, with how it worked, I don't blame him for thinking that. 'Cause, like with how it works,
No, exactly.
It would actually work like that.
It doesn't work how we thought it would. Like I thought it would work exactly as he intended. So I was kind of shocked. I do find it kind of funny that like Dusknoir has no Ghost type move; it just has Dark type moves.
Yeah. Honorary Dark type.
Let's jump into the battle. I like these sets a lot. I think they're pretty standard for whatever.
There's some sauce.
To bring. I don't know why, but double Eviolite and double leftovers. And wait, it's double Eviolite, double leftovers, double gems. That's kind of funny. And then Aurora's.
Not surprising, to be honest, with a team like this.
Battle. And should we go? We'll go fast. Actually, we'll go normal. Yeah, I think this is a pretty safe switch. Switch from Bronzong to Shiftry. That's actually huge though because.
Julia, are you able to make the battle like bigger? By the way, because there's a way to. Hang on. Just make hit like control and plus sign. I think would work.
There we go. I think that's a really good Willow actually, because of the fact that Burn does 12% in this gen instead of 6, and then also just the fact that Suicune will not get leftovers healing now is basically makes it useless. That's also really bad though.
Yeah, and yeah, you don't want. I mean, it's a hazard for a hazard. I feel like you just. Although I guess I feel like it's protecting. Yeah, like the Calm Mind is good.
I don't know. I guess because you're expecting Shift and Switch in. I think there's no. Actually, that probably did more than Psychic would have done. Yeah. Also...
And yeah, there is where...
That's an unlucky crit. Also, just the fact that, like... Oh, wait, Pain's was huge. Jesus Christ, Bronzong does a lot. That... really confuses me. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing to click.
Wait. Is
No,
the Rotom running
it's not.
Thunder?
No.
Okay,
So I don't know what it's for.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
it is
just
Force
bizarre.
Weaken. But I do not like that one bit.
Like, Suicune doesn't really care about the damage boost.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could have just gotten that
Yeah.
kill with Bronzong.
That's Chip. Just like, geez, that Bronzong is a... Oh my god. Mm-hmm.
It's a wall. But yeah, you're basically just relying on Cloyster to like close out this game now with what's remaining.
It really can't be, especially like right there.
Yeah, because of what's left.
And now Blaziken
It just
gets
does
its,
not
like,
have
kills.
the switching opportunity for the Shell Smash.
Wait, was that max? That was like nearly max defense through Eviolite, that one shot. Jesus Christ.
High jump kick,
Yeah,
baby.
that's crazy. But it is super effective,
Yeah,
so
from there it's over. Weirdly enough, I don't think this goes to Blaziken. Like, obviously Blaziken cleared out at the end, and it deserves recognition for that. But I feel like Shiftry could have done the same as well. I think Bronzong is actually the MVP, weirdly enough.
I was gonna say I feel like the Bronzong just kind of shut
Rock's
down a lot.
damage, and as you just said, yeah, it shut down a lot of Evan's like attempts to like get the game started.
Yeah, Latios didn't get to do anything because of Bronzong.
Latias did not get to enjoy the game because of a Bronzong on the field.
Yeah, shout out to Bronzong. Moving on, we have Zach versus Ellie. Zach. Oh. Zach has brought Skarmory, Claydol, Cacturne, Rotom Wash, Terrakion, and Ditto, who's not showing up. And then Ellie has brought Gengar, Gallade, Melodic, Donphan, Electrode, and Bisharp. Bisharp, who's no longer on the team. Yeah, because after this week, we talked about some transactions, which they will be active for. And let's start with Ellie's team. So we have Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, and Destiny Bond Gengar. Yeah.
I mean, that feels like a Gengar.
Punch, Ice Punch, bulk up with like near max HP, max attack, Gallade. Physical defense, Melodic with Marvel Scale, but leftovers. Max defense, Donphan with Rocks and Rapid Spin. That's a pretty standard Donphan set. Electrode with like Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Water, and Life Warp. And then Swords Dance, Bisharp with Sucker Punch, Iron Punch, and Iron Head and Low Kick. Most of this feels pretty standard for like what these Pokemon want to do. The only ones that have me a little bit more confused, I want to know what if I'm assuming the Electrode EVs are specific for like outspeeding Zach's team, which is smart. I don't like Marvel Scale Melodic that much. I've spoken about this in the past. I think competitive Melodic is arguably just better.
Yeah, but I think without defog, without like defog being its prevalent, I don't think.
This is a gen where getting the competitive boost is a lot harder.
Yeah, like it's really hard to actually get it with no sticky web and no defog, and no parting shot.
That's true.
And I wanna bring up a small gripe. I'm not big on Debon Gengar. on this team, and it's more so because I feel like Gengar is one of the like mons that is supposed to be a win con here. I don't think it should be doing
I agree.
suicide plays.
I also am not a big fan of the Gallade set just because like the EVs, I'm pretty sure this says just ripped from Smogon. And I don't really like that at all because you're not taking into account to this matchup in the slightest. Then that's not good.
I mean, what is Gallade at that speed out like hit? Okay.
Yeah. I was
Claydol,
looking at this on the day.
That's like, and Cacturn.
The EVs are specifically from Smogon, and I'm really disappointed to see no Leaf Blade.
And Rotom Wash.
Yeah. Like that's
just
the
like
big thing.
Smogon sets is not a way to win games because Smogon sets are tuned for very specific metagames, and the beauty of draft is you can tune your team to one specific team and not like a whole metagame.
Okay, let's talk about the Zac sets. First off, Ditto, bad actually. And now let me explain. Okay. Only one stat matters on Ditto, and it's HP, and you don't have max HP. What are we doing? That's it though. The rest of it, it's Ditto. No, because HP.
As I said, that's probably just like holdover from like I'd probably do the same where I just never max the HP. I always take everything up to 248.
I'm curious why the 30 attack IV?
Maybe it is only available with 30 attack.
It might be for a specific thing. I don't know what it would be for.
Maybe it has something to do with foul play, but I don't think that matters.
I'm assuming it literally just has to do with like it probably has to do with Dream World abilities. For having Imposter, you have to be that I guess.
Oh, that might be it.
Gen 5 is crazy.
Yeah, Gen 5 is like you have to jump through like 10 hoops to get certain things.
They've actually just made it so much easier to team build in like modern generations. Like having started playing in Gen 6 to now, where it's like now you can get like you have to grind like bullshit like trials or like the raid battles, but like you can get like ability changing capsules, you can get bottle caps to change IVs. It's so much easier than it used to be. That's a Skarn set.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm interested in the
that's a Skarn.
Claydol. I kind of like that.
I think when you're not expecting it can be really nice. Because Claydol, like, it gets Rapid Spin, but it doesn't get some of the other tools it really likes in modern gens. Like, no teleport, kind of...
And I don't think it has, I don't think it has Column Power yet either, right? Okay.
I think it might.
Does it have stored power, though?
I can't fucking type. No. Wait. Yeah, no. Did store power exist this gen? Yes. What Pokemon got it?
It does, but I think it's limited.
Yeah, the distribution for sword power is not that great this gen.
Clefable, yeah, the evolutions. Or only... Oh no, yeah, all the evolutions.
I think, like, really the only one that can abuse it well is, like, Sigalith.
Musharna, maybe. Like, actually.
Victini could probably get away with it.
Maybe, but I feel like there's a lot of moves you like clicking with that mon.
Yeah.
Rest of this feels pretty straightforward, though.
Yeah, I think, like, with this week, these teams seem pretty standard teams. Like, we're not seeing, like, a lot of spice.
Shadow Ball, I think, is really nice tech on Rotom Wash to deal with Gengar and Gallade.
Yeah, that is nice. That is a nice bring.
I think that...
And that is a Gen 5 Terrakion, if I ever seen one.
Yes, it is.
Yep, that does Terrakion things.
And it's gonna be good at that. I kind of like actually the Subseed, and also, Dark Gem.
The Subseed is pretty
actually,
funny.
I will comment. The Terracion's a little. It's a bit of a ballsy set when it only has one move that can hit a Gengar.
Yeah, but it's Stone Edge,
Which is Stone
so,
Edge.
Um,
I mean, luckily with Destiny Bond and Gengar, you kind of just can
also,
hope
though,
it kills
like,
itself.
no Focus Blast on Gengar. I just realized.
Yeah, so I mean, Gengar is still gonna hurt you because it's a
Should I
Gengar.
jump into it?
Let's go.
Go for the Skull. I think this is a really good switching into Melodic, because it's kind of hard to switch in. Yeah, like we've kind of just taken a lot of damage on Electrode and Melodic for free now, and that's kind of not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is fine. Like I mean, the burn on Gengar is fine. It's suboptimal, but that's Chip.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's good chip on Skarm.
Good read on the switch on the Shadow Ball for Zach. Amazing read on the staying in and going for HP Ice, because I think you've read that's HP Ice from that first. Yeah.
From the hit on Skarm.
It's like either that or HP Fighting. And I feel like you're kind of in like a tough spot where like you don't know if you're going to go for Swords Dance or just attack. So like I feel like actually, like with what's left, Bisharp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just take the hit.
Because if it goes for Swords Dance, you are effed. But
oh, and I just remember this is a very long battle in terms of real time.
In real time, this battle was about an hour. It was about an hour by the time I hit the 10-turn mark. This is the power of Ditto.
Yep, Ditto can just like take your guy and just.
I don't like
kill you with it.
I really don't. You've.
Yeah, it feels like a resignation. Like, just try and kill the Ditto. You know, like, there's always a chance.
Also do, like, no damage to Clay at all. I mean, because you're clicking Ice Shard there, which is, like, really... Oh, that's a nice crit, though. I feel like now you just click Ice... No! Ooh, you have to go click Ice Punch, I think, on Gallade there. That's, I think, the proper move. Yeah, like that should have happened a turn ago.
And see, this is another example of why no Leaf Blade.
Yeah, being able to like hit the Rotom Wash would have been lovely. Although that's like a paramount.
But it doesn't matter because it's going to, yeah, and then it just gets the other kill.
Sub out and then like yeah.
Everyone kind of just plays their part. I feel.
Is this a hard battle to see like an MVP? Because I feel like everyone kind of does. Everyone helps.
Creating so much like space for its teammates.
I was gonna say with like the early turns and then like being able to not be killed by a Gallade.
Rotomosh? Do you feel?
Yeah. Like I said, this is definitely a battle where it's like
I think you can make the case for like
everyone did their own thing, but
most continuous active role in the battle, like with the chip it's getting, the status it's spreading.
Yeah, it shows up a lot. It doesn't like do anything bad. It helps win the game. There's no real like MVP mon. This is just a team a well-oiled machine of a team.
Now we have Lex versus Skye. This was the first battle of the week actually.
Yep, and I have a Pokemon that's also not showing up.
So, on Lex's side, we have Latios, Tentacruel, Shaman, Lando, Clefable, and Magnezone. On Skye's team,
And Latios and Shaman are my gem captains.
And Skye has Manaphy, Politoed, Toxicroak, Wartortle, Thunderous Tea, and Metagross.
I believe it's Manaphy
so.
Toxicroak for Gem Captains.
That's a pretty solid set for Latios.
Yep, I mean, it's a Latios that gets to kill things.
Basically everything.
I'm Colberberry because I was believing that, like, Sucker Punch, Dark Gem, Toxicroak was, like, a pretty obvious bring into it.
Or at the very least, like...
As, like, a revenge kill.
I think that's a very, very accurate prediction. I like the Mirror Coat, actually, a lot.
Mirror Coat lets me kill a boosted Manaphy. I'm Rain Dish for this week.
Versus a Rain team, just gonna get free healing. Lets you avoid bringing... lets you, not bring Black Sludge. That's a nice Shaman. Level Shaman set. I think Subseed with Seed Flare Earth Power just gives you a lot of damage, but then also a lot of utility. I'm a fan of the supportive, or not supportive Lando, but I like the U-turn Stealth Rocks, and then EQ Stone Edge is a good.
With Sash, it lets it get its rocks up and then either kill something or dip.
I think Clefable is interesting. I like the Unaware against SD mods on this team and such. I think it's a nice spring.
Yeah, this thing is basically meant to always win a 1v1 against Toxicroak.
And then Toxic and Wish and Protect, I think, are really good utility. Rock Helmet's lovely. I like Scarf Magnezone. I also really like it when you have Sunny Day against a Rain team. I think it's a really clever bring.
Yeah, I felt like I didn't need a Steel move because it's a Rain team. There's one total Steel Steel weakness, I think, on the whole roster.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resists right here. You don't need a Steel move this week.
Yeah, so it's I'm clicking, I could have brought Thunder over Thunderbolt, but if I was clicking Sunny Day, it felt like that was, I just wanted the, guaranteed Thunderbolt and then Volt Switch. And yeah, Choice Scarf, so Scarf Magnezone, outspeeds pretty much everything I needed to.
This team right here is 331, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I outspeed this whole roster with Magnezone, which is a crazy thing to say.
Outspeeds it, but yeah, I think it's really solid. On to Skye's team. I think this is the standard Manaphy set for this gen. Rested with Hydration is the goal with Rain. Calm Mind is to give you a bit more bulk, give you a bit of pressure as well, which is why you can run more HP because you're running lower attack because you're boosting it through Calm Mind. I think bulky Politoed is absolutely correct. I don't like Rest Talk for it though, I won't lie.
Yeah, so you have two mons that are both bringing only water and ice as coverage.
But I prefer
But I mean, granted, into my roster it makes sense because three of my biggest threats are, I have a lot of ice weakness on my big threats between the Latios and the Lando.
The ground gem on Toxicroak is very clearly to deal with if Magnezone tries to switch in on Toxicroak.
It also one-shots Tentacruel.
Never mind. I was gonna say I don't, but against
Nice.
Latios and Lando, I don't know how much I like it. I know you have Ice Punch, but
I actually dig it because you won't pop gem if I remember.
Yeah, you don't pop the gem on it if it doesn't connect.
And then we have Wartortle, which Skye talked about. Apparently half the moves that you'd like to use on this Pokemon are banned because of Rain Dish not being available on Eevee or on.
Yeah, you can't have Rain Dish and Egg moves, which makes this thing significantly worse than...
Or prior generation moves.
However, one of those moves was Aqua Ring, which was fake to begin with, so... but I think for what it has, it's pretty solid. Toxic's very good for this team. Especially, this is a team where, I feel like it is trying to play it a bit slower. And for that, I think Toxic is pretty nice to have. I would have preferred it on something like Politoed as well, honestly, actually. Over this, Scald Rest Talk Ice Beam set. Mm-hmm.
I do like the Rain Dance on it. That's nice just to guarantee have a second, option for getting your Rain up.
I'm not as sold on. I'm a little bit conflicted on the Thunderous set, really.
I don't think knockoff is great, but I don't know what else you would want to run. Maybe
does
Thunder.
it
I
get
think
Nasty
Thunder would be
Plot?
good here on your rain
I
team. It does in the future. I don't know if it does in Gen 5.
kind of wish there was a hidden power on the Polytoad TBH. Just going back through.
Therian. Oh, it does get Nasty Plot. Yeah, it gets actually Agility as well, which I kind of even like more.
Oh yeah, Jody would have been great for this.
Also, would have preferred Agility over Iron Defense, I think, on Metagross. Just actually lets it be threatening.
Yeah, Iron Defense just kind of lets it not die to a few things, but my team has a lot of special threats as well between Shaman, Latios, Tentacruel.
I'm not a big fan of that Iron Defense. Like, because it's not even because you can, like, Iron Defense spot. Also, Aka Berry against your team has me a little bit confused. Entei?
Like,
Entei's not coming against the Rain team.
Yeah, nothing else really wants to hit a fire move. Oh, you know what it's for? Hidden Power Fire,
I'm going to
Magnezone,
reiterate
possibly.
what we just said.
But I'm always going to be running
I'm
Hidden
gonna
Power
reiterate
Ground.
what I just said. Against the Rain team... Also,
Yeah,
like,
I was always
Hidden
running,
Power
like,
Ground
Hidden
be better
Power.
to help deal with, like, Toxicroak anyway.
Yeah, which is what I'm running, I'm pretty sure.
Ice, which is... No, that's
Hidden
good because it means
Ice.
you don't get walled by
Also-
Thunderous, which is also correct. But, like, that's... Like, I think it's in very incorrect berry bring. Like, Rain is your Aka Berry.
Yeah, you don't need an Aka Berry
It really
with Rain.
should have Earthquake, by the way, because of Magnezone.
Or, like, Ice Punch, I think, to deal with both... Wait, Ice Punch Agility would be really good because it could help deal with, like, Latios and Lando. Because Intimidate can't be clear-bodied.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, the Pursuit I'm also just not big on. EVs are solid. It's just physically bulky and threatening. Very good for Metagross. Let's move on to the battle. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Politoad's kind of like the must start, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Officer down. That's...
And I get to click Substitute.
There's no way Politoad stays in. I think that's a very good trade for you. Like, Rocks is... Like, you do have... Oh my god.
I don't have a single Rock Weak Pokemon on my team.
That was more of what I was trying to get at. Also, like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
the damage you do. And yeah, you just get sub free again. It's either he switches out or he kills it and kills you. And Jesus fucking Christ. And yep. Doesn't even break sub.
Shaman's really good for a tier 2, by the way.
The tiers are completely scuffed, let's be real.
And at this point, Officer Down does have to leave.
But, like, it's fine. Yachi Berry doesn't matter.
Yeah, not at that speed.
Yeah.
Or not that health.
This is such a free switch in.
I get my Intimidate off.
Well, actually, I will say. Does it really need the gem to kill Tentacruel and Magnezone?
It actually does help
not
kill the
kill
Tentacruel.
Tentacruel
I don't know if
without
it
it?
always kills.
No, we're calcing this.
Yeah, a Tentacruel should be able to live just a single Earthquake with a gem.
No way.
Like,
If
just
it's at 100%.
just plug the sets in. Like, plug the sets in. Like, import the sets. But just take the gem off it.
It actually does need gem.
So that's with. Yeah, that's with gem damage.
Huh. Damn. And you get every stealth rocks. And yeah, I feel like you just kind of have to go to Magna Zone. You can't U-turn because it outspeeds you, or can outspeed you. That's chip. And that's really bad. That's really bad for Skye. Because now you just kill. So Skye essentially wasted.
Yeah, it's like I just kill it.
You get to just make this move again. I think Skye went for Drain Punch because I think it's kind of like the more like neutral turn to make there.
Mm-hmm.
And let me guess, you just go for it again? Oh, you go for U-turn, which does kill.
Yeah, like I don't care about the chip on Lando because I'd rather have the pivot. Because at this point, what kills quantum physics?
I don't think Drain Punch kills either. Drain Punch definitely doesn't kill there. Wait, does it?
Yeah. No, it does not.
It won't kill.
I am max.
Did you calc that already, or are you just?
Yeah, it's a 3-hit.
No. No. What the fuck?
Or rather, it's an 80% chance to 2-hit KO.
See, Toxicroak was not that great outside of Brain Team.
And because I'm unaware, you can't even Swords Dance, and I, kill with Sight Shot.
My goat's fucking washed.
This is its best gen, Julia.
Because of the health, guess what? Guess what quantum physics gets to do?
Because like Metagross comes in, and then it's gonna die to its own. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's disgusting. Well played.
MVP, I think, is probably Magna
I
Zone.
do agree. I think that exact same reason as Rotom Wash, just creates so much space for your team. Also, it got like.
Yeah, like I mean, killing the Manaphy opens up the doors a lot. Like I know quantum physics got 3 kills. But that's kind of because I sent it in at the end because I knew it would get the.
It's like Latios could have gotten those kills.
It did not have to come in to get those kills.
It's not the reason you won the game there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Shaman would be in consideration, but Shaman also got no kills. It just helps chip things.
Nominable or like disgustable, but I think it is Magna Zone. Magna Zone did so much. Moving on, we have.
Yeah, with two, it literally clicked like 3 moves.
Sunny Day. Moving on, we have.
No, it clicked Thunderbolt
Maggie
twice and 1 hit in power.
Oh, never clicked Volt Switch either. Damn. All right, so on Ben's team we have Rotom Frost, Armaldo, Deoxys Speed, Garchomp, Hydreigon, and Magneton versus Gliscor, Scizor, Victini, Spiritomb, and Hitmonlee, and also Salamence, who's just there, kind of, not really.
He's hiding. He's camera shy.
I think Chompleberry Berry is actually really nice on Rotom for this battle, just because it lets you, like, Gem Captain Hitmonlee is a threat. And it lets you live that.
Oh, and I will be right back if you want to continue with this one.
I like the bulky Armaldo. I think it's really good. Let's have lots of nice utility, but with Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, and Toxic in the Stone, and just a stab for damage. Deoxys feels a little bit crazy, but then you learn that no speed Deoxys outspeeds everything on Maggie's team, which I think is really good for it. That is a Garchomp set. I think Fire Fang is a really clever bringing out of ways. Scizor, same with like the Flamethrower on Hydreigon. It just kind of guarantees that. And then we have Magneton, which is Hidden Power, Ground, Thunderbolt, Charge Beam, and Substitute. I'm not big on the Charge Beam. I would have preferred Volt Switch.
I would have preferred literally anything that lets it stay in against a Gliscor.
Well, that would be like Flash Cannon, if anything. But like, I think we discussed, like Ben was like talking about.
Or just a different hidden power type. Like I know Ben mentioned this after the battle. He regrets not having a different hidden power type.
He was really focused on Victini with the hidden power type, which I think is fair. A fair Pokemon to be very worried about. However, I think if you're worried about that and a little concerned about Gliscor, Hidden Power Water is right there. It hits both of them. I think he just kind of forgot about that, which it happens. Moving on to Lex's team, that is a bulky Gliscor set with Ice. I think Ice Fang is an interesting pick for like why not like U-turn or whatever. But like to be fair, 2 dragons.
There are 3 potential dragons that can come. Granted, one of them is Kingdra, but at the same time, like, I'm playing it safe here.
To bring. Tailwind's interesting, actually, on Scizor. I'm curious about that.
Tailwind was a contingency plan for, it was one of the only ways I could feasibly be faster than, D-Speed at all.
Sense. Nope, it's good for that then, I think. Pursuit, I think, is really nice as well as a contingency plan for Dio Speed. I mean, Scizor kind of just will, like, wall Dio Speed, I feel. Because, like, yeah, it will. I like the Hitmonlee. It's pretty standard, but it's going to do exactly what you need to. And I think with Fake Out, Normal Gem, Unburden, you can run Adamant for an extra, like, a little bit of attack boost, which I think is really nice.
Yeah, it sent it up to 500 in speed, pretty much.
Doesn't have speed, Dio Speed. If it's max
believe
speed, that is.
If it's max speed, yeah.
And that's a solid Ment set. Just looking run away with if Magneton is gone, that will run away with the game.
I also just want to point out that I have the best Will-O-Wisp user in the entire format because I get Modern Will-O-Wisp.
You have like it's like 80 something accuracy. I think it's like slightly worse than Modern Will-O-Wisp, but still pretty damn fucking good. Or better than what it is. I kind of like bulky Victini actually. Just bulky offensive. U-turns nice to have for pivot. I think it's solid, so let's jump into it. And yeah, it's pretty good to lead with. Not a good lead for versus it. So yeah, smart switch out. And that's a pretty safe pivot. Because let me guess, you're going to click the exact same move? No, you're going to click Toxic. Never mind, that's actually really good though. Because you're like, Magneton is never.
And this is also a huge turn. Because I checked for choice there.
Yeah.
I am back, by the way.
That does fucking damage.
Although I see we're just a little bit into this battle.
I feel like... I don't know why he doesn't go for the kill there. Because he could have killed Victini, right?
He is afraid of Choice Scarf Victini.
You see that's leftovers.
You don't see that until after you hit it. But actually, yeah, I think he just completely blanked on that.
100%. Like... He could have killed Victini right there. Or maybe he thought like something else was going to switch in, like Scizor, and I think that's a completely valid worry to have. Spiritomb comes in, gets Toxic. Returns of the Will-O-Wisp. Jesus Christ, it does like no damage.
That's Chip.
I think the sub is really interesting to me, actually.
I like clicking. I think Substitute's always like a move where I don't like switching on the sub
because he had nothing that could hit Gliscor.
I feel like you should always pack
nothing on that set that can do anything. It has been Power Ground.
Just didn't think about Power Water. Oh, I just realized High Jump Kick's 99% accurate for you, isn't it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Never mind, Chople Berry was fake.
Yep. I never have to run close combat.
Wait, it's 99%?
Yeah, because of Victory Star and Victini. Yeah.
Oh.
I think
that's funny.
Damage...
And do you have Reckless?
Unburden.
No,
Unburden. I was going to say, but...
I'm Unburden.
Oh. Okay, but it has Reckless as an option, right?
I mean, it's always going to be Unburden as a gem captain, but...
Not always. There are going to be weeks where I absolutely need to get rid of hazards.
I will say, yeah, Victories are such an interesting ability because it does a straight up, like, I think it's like the only ability that, like, when the Pokemon is not on the field, it has an effect. Good first Dragon Dance, but, like, I feel like Ben should just be going for Stone Edge, right? Doesn't that, it should do at least a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I'd be shocked if Stone Edge
what he
didn't
needs
kill.
here.
And then that Rapid Spin's really important because you
Like-
get the second, and then, yeah, one.
I go Nom.
It's basically over at
Not
this point.
basically. Now it's over. The only question would be, can Dio Speed outspeed? And probably not. Yeah.
It doesn't have E-Speed.
Yeah. No, I think it's a really smart play. That, I think, does actually go to Ments.
Yeah, I think that one's like pretty clearly the men's.
Hitmonlee is the only other contender because Hitmonlee killing Rotom is pretty essential, but like Ment does just clear the game at the end.
The reason I'm more in favor of like Ment is like unlike where it's like Bronzong it overplays Blaziken and then like Maggie's don't overclock Fable where it's like other Pokemon could have done that cleanup at the end and like won the battle for them. I think it's pretty safe to say of your team that was something only Ment could have done to win the battle at that point. So I feel much more confident saying
like
in this case.
Yeah. Like, if I don't kill Magneton with Ments, it gets sort of choppy, because then, like, it's all up to Scizor.
Yeah. I think it was really well played. Shout out to Salamence. It did a very good job there. Hell of a Pokemon. Moving on, we have myself versus foe.
That is a dog. Dog of the week.
Crazy dog. Myself versus foe. On foe's side, we have Ambipom, Piloswine, Kyurem Black, Jirachi, Infernape, and Slowbro. On my side, we have Tyranitar, Sandslash, Driftblim, Mienshao, Alakazam, and Registeel. We don't have foe sets. Foe said he'd apparently delete them after the battle, so we don't know what his team had. I'm going to go through my sets, though. Oh, that was the wrong battle. The one thing we do know is that apparently Slowbro had Rain Dance, but that's the only thing that I know, which makes sense against the team with Tyranitar Sandslash, and I think it's really smart because it would potentially cripple if T-Tar can't get back on the field. Hey, Bushy.
Yeah, like if you have a spot where you can put a like weather move that is detrimental to the other team just to get rid of it, like that's always kind of a good thing.
Yes.
Julia. Are we gonna battle soon?
We have 2 battles left.
Am I in the episode?
I'm in this league, so.
No. Well, am I in the
Yes.
like? Are you recording right now? Hi, chat. Do you want to go tomorrow? Are you cool with that? All right. Happy, joy. I hope it's no problem to the organizer.
She's probably extending
in
it
question,
another week
but
with the holidays, so.
I was gonna say
yeah,
I'm extending it anyway, so.
I'm the luckiest man alive. I was sick 2 weeks ago, and guess what? I'm sick again.
Joyous day.
I've been in and out of consciousness for the past 3 days, so I'm gonna probably go to bed.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night, chat. Enjoy the rest
Good
of the
night.
VOD review.
Lovely guest appearance.
I brought Lumberry for, like, I thought Rock Polish T-Tar looked really good because it would be able to outspeed everything after one Rock Polish, and could do, basically if rocks are up, it could, like, run with the game.
Yeah.
I chose Expert Belt Sandslash over, like, Choice Band or Life Orb or anything just because I liked the, not being locked in, and it didn't really actually need the damage boost with Adamant and on anything on the team. X-Scissor specifically for, I think, Unburdened Sceptile looked really good into my team, which I know that Foe did not bring, but it was actually something I was a little bit worried about in prep. I'm very happy with this Drift Blitz. I feel like Shadow Ball HP Flying is really good offensively in the Foe's team. Hits mostly Will-O-Wisp, can shut down a lot of his Pokemon. And the Destiny Bond was I needed a 4th move. But I think unlike...
Sometimes you just need a 4th move, honestly.
It never gets Air Slash. its best special, Drifloom's best special attacking move besides Hidden Power for flying type is Gust.
I could have sworn it got air slash in Hitmonjed.
I was because that's kind of why it tends to go physical, and now especially now with Poltergeist. Or does it get Poltergeist? Or does it just have to like rely on Phantom Force?
I always type Drift Blim.
Yes, you do. I've had to fix it several times on the dash.
It gets Air Slash now! When did it get it?
Character development.
Got it this gen.
I knew random battle
got it
tripping
this
on
gen.
me.
Oh.
It took so long.
Oh my god, it took 5 million years. And now it's just way outclassed. Because there's no more gems! Oh, there's a point on drift. I thought it looked really good. Regenerator Mienshao. Mienshao doesn't get close combat this gen, so we had to settle for high jump kick. I still chose with Regenerator just with Life Orb. I feel like it's really good synergy still. And if I do crash and they don't punish it and kill Mienshao, it lets me heal back a little bit. U-turn is just a lovely move. Knockoff is nice utility, especially when there's... I don't know if knockoff works with how it works with gem captains. Probably not. Or unburdened on Sceptile. I think it does trigger the boost because you lose your item. And Taunt is just very good. Taunt is a lovely move. As I said, I was worried about Sceptile. Unburden boost Alakazam, Thunderwave quarters your speed. So I was like, that is a very nice move to be able to click against Sceptile. And I can always guaranteed bring in Sash Alakazam. Doesn't take damage from like rocks or sandstorms, so it'll always be able to come in and guaranteed paralyze something on the enemy team. And then on this same kind of note, we have utility Ralph, Registeel, max HP, max defense, Stealth Rock, T-Wave for the same reason on its own. Alakazam, and then Explosion for pivoting, and then Seismic Taunts for damage.
This is Ralph's only appearance, right?
He'll be off the team next week, so we will we'll talk about roster moves after the battles are finished. I just felt like nothing could really immediately threaten Drifblim. A little worried about Jirachi actually, but Jirachi, instead of trying to go for like shenanigans and just switches out, I went for Willow instead. Because I figured that'd be good against anything as long as it hit. And I was really surprised when Slowbro stayed in. But I was really happy to have that. And I was like, clicking Destiny Bond here is just kind of like a no-lose scenario. And I was actually kind of worried about Infernape because I had no idea what Infernape was actually going to do. I was actually a little bit surprised when I outsped it. And the reason that we kind of just like sacrificed Tyranitar there is because I'm feeling pretty sure at this point that like Sandslash will just kind of do its thing. Fake does do chip though. I wonder, is that banded fake out? I will say, because Stonehenge doesn't actually one-shot cure him here, I did have to swap out. Registeel just felt like the safest switch because it's stuck in Outrage, and we just got a free Thunderwave. We get a little bit of chip from the Sandstorm. We get rocks up. And I just took a gander that Paralyzed and Confused, foe was not going to keep Registeel or cure him in, so I went for Thunderwave, and then just blew up. I blew up because I figured it would just give a safe way for Sandslash to get in. Jesus Christ.
Look at that discount Excadrill go.
Hey, he's not discount, he's the OG.
He's a little discount.
Well, he got 4 kills, so... I will say, apparently Foe has said he had Choppleberry on Kyurem. I feel like the Rock Resist Berry would have actually been a very good bringing against T-Tar, more than Chopple. Like, it's Chopple from Mienshao, but... I don't know. I was also expecting this to be Scarf Kirim, because Scarf Kirim is like kind of just a thing Kirim does. Is that Sand Slash? I feel like that's Sand Slash.
Yeah, like you kind of
It's
just
the
want to
mole.
abuse that huge ass attack stat.
Yeah. I feel like it kind of just has to be Sand Slash there. Like,
yeah, it got 4 kills. It's a little guy.
It got 4 kills, and like nothing really was scaring it. Well, it came on whenever it came on the field, like it was in a controlling spot, and it's a fucking Sand Slash.
The funniest. Look at this little dog go.
It was our last battle, which is Gus versus Sari. On Gus's side, we have Starmie, Swampert, Honchcrow, Kirim, Whimsicott, and Heracross. On Sari's side, we have we have Excadrill, Hippowdon, Altaria, Celebi, Ferret, and Sock. We're gonna keep these pretty short. That's an Excadrill set. That's a Hippowdon set. I like Rock Tomb, actually.
The leftovers is interesting.
Which one?
The leftovers protect Excadrill, and like no SD feels a little weird.
I don't know. I feel like SD, it might be hard.
I can explain that because I assisted with these a little bit. Hang on, let me just get them in front of me so I can read them. So the Excadrill Protect Act was so that was a choice checker essentially, because one of the concerns was things like choice Starmie and choice Kyurem.
Ooh, do they outspeed boosted Sand boosted Excadrill though?
We're not doing
it's Sand Force.
Though.
Oh, I don't like
Force.
that. I really don't like that. It should really be Sand Rush. That I don't like.
That is understandable. Yeah. It was like a 50-50 on.
I don't think it should ever be a 50-50. Respectfully, I think it should be like a 99-1.
That's fair, but we wanted kill ranges without having to set up.
I can understand it, but I don't like it.
I agree. Yeah. It's never a nice situation. But aside from that, yeah, that's basically the explanation for protect lefties. It was just for more longevity with the fact that we weren't doing rush.
Okay. Yeah, I think like that's a bulky Hippowdon. That's a D-Dance Altaria, which I find interesting. I kind of like. I've said before I like Altaria with the Cloud9 on a sand team because it kind of just always assures that it'll get its leftovers. I think the sub D-Dance is not bad. I think it definitely feels like it will struggle though.
And let's say kill Kirim if it's able to like come in earlier, which is nice.
That's good. No, that's very good. Yeah, I like that then.
Because like if it's out and it can click sub and Kirim can't just come in on for free on it and like be choiced.
I like Nasty Plot Celebi. HP fighting is good, especially against this team. I think that lets you hit like everything, doesn't it? Yeah, because you kind of need HP fighting for for the Heat Strike Hero combo. I think that's a really nice thing to have. I'm interested by the choice specs on Ferret.
It's trick.
I know it's trick, but why specs? I don't like that part. I know it's apparently because like they didn't want to give a scarf to like Kirim or like Heracross or Heatran, but also I don't like the sound of giving Starmie, Kirim, or Heatran as specs either.
Yeah. There were two particular targets, and they were Heracross and again Swampert. Those were the two intended targets for Trek.
Okay. And then that is Scarf Sock, which I think is pretty fine. We didn't talk about Gus' team. Oops. I love that Haunch Crow.
And I did help with this.
I love Haunch Crow.
I did help with this team. So I can help. Yeah, this is a funny-ass bird.
I love gimmicks.
That bird is so scary.
I like Scarf Starmie. I think that's a really good, like, semi-counter to, like, Excadrill. It's got a good moveset.
It does not outspeed the Excadrill, but, like, it outspeeds you. So you can go Modest and outspeed, like, Scarf Flagon.
Yeah, and Scarf Celebi, which is, I think, very good.
Yep. So it can go Modest and outspeed both of the possible Scarfers.
Now, you want to talk about something that can deal with Excadrill, though? Hi, Swampert. No, that's perfect. Perfect for dealing with Excadrill. Because it wants to use Waterfall if it's Air Balloon. I think that's a very solid Kyurem set. I'm not as sold on Leftovers versus a Sand team, or sub Leftovers versus a Sand team. You do have Sunny Day, but, like, when you're taking, like, Stealth Rock's damage plus with no removal, I'm not as much sold on it anymore. I don't know.
I do really like the Heracross. I think the Heracross is really funny.
Yeah, that's... Guts Leftovers without, like, Flame Orb. Like, Guts with no Flame Orb is interesting, I think. As in, I'm confused.
It felt like... So, with this one, you
What's
could basically...
the other ability? Swarm?
Guts, Swarm, and Moxie.
Yeah.
Or can not...
Guts was, like, just in case of a, like, a Willow or a Toxic getting clicked. We're not, like, completely ruined by it being a defensive build.
Yeah. Okay, so it was made to be more defensive intention. Oh, yes, it's a Celebi wall. Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's max HP, max Spadef. It, like, it lives a, like, spec psychic.
Okay. Yeah, and then you have U-turn on, like, Whimsicott, you have Sunny Day. Encore, I like a lot. I like this. I think that both teams are pretty solid, so let's jump into the battle. Yeah, I feel like I was surprised actually that I thought I don't know, but I thought Fiora was fast. I thought Fiora was 95 speed, isn't it?
Well, that's
Never mind.
Go look at the EVs as well.
Ah, yeah.
I don't.
It's not
I think
max speed on
Yeah.
Kyurem. Oh Jesus Christ! Stock this damage though.
Yeah, so the Kyurem's idea was to click sub on turn 1.
That's an unlucky
was the lead,
crit.
but then the Focus Blast missed, and then the CC crit, which is kind of...
That's very unlucky, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's not much that you can do at that point. Because Heracross should have been able to actually, like, counter
No,
Sock.
absolutely should have, yeah.
Counter it, but, like, you know, stay in on it pretty well.
Imagine if that crit.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of chances for this Haunch Crow to crit, and it just never does.
And it's a very good switch back into Swampert. Let's Swampert in for free. Jesus Christ, that waterfall damage. Got your nose. Whimsicott comes in from Whirlwind. That does chip.
That is, in fact, chip.
Yeah, I think Swampert. Like I feel like once you see that substitute, it's kind of clear what Altari is going to try and do. And I think the fact that you do have Ice Punch basically is very nice. Because even then, it's like okay, Swampert dies here, which it doesn't.
Nah,
which it doesn't.
Yeah, but if it does come in,
we don't have
Go
outrage.
into Starmie. Now it dies. Yeah, because now you'll come to Starmie and press the Ice Beam button. Yep.
Unfortunately, now we are choice locked into Ice Beam. And here the bird goes.
Like I feel like now you come into like psychic, right? Or do you go for the? I don't know. I feel like it doesn't. Yeah. It's kind of like a choice rotation in this battle, where it's like you have to figure out what your opponent's gonna be choice into.
Yeah.
I think that's really huge. I would have preferred. I feel like. So I know why you brought Sunny Day. Like I feel like Stun Spore would have done the same thing.
Yeah. We heavily debated
that's
it.
Unlucky.
There's another Focus Blast miss, by the way. That also loses the game. But here we can't collect Scald because of the Sunny Day, which it did kind of blow up in the face. Or Scald doesn't kill, rather. But, like, I think Gus played well. It was
I 100%
sometimes
agree.
the game just says you don't win.
Both players played exactly how they should have. They played to their like win cons. They made all the correct moves. Sometimes this game is just unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it hurt.
Such is the life of using Focus
Blast. It sucks
to
say, but like it really is that. I actually want to say Sock for this battle. I think Sock put in.
Yeah, Sock did so much. Sock was like a problem, and it's the only battle to be on the game on the team.
Anyways,
like honestly, it turned up to have its 1 week and just proved that it could at least do something.
So we have Bronzong, Rotom Wash, Magnezone, Salamence, Sandslash, and Sock. Which do we think is the mod of the week?
Ooh. So what were the? Hang on, can you say the full list again?
Bronzong, Zach's Rotom Wash, Lex's Magnezone, Maggie's Salamence, my Sandslash, and Sari's Sock.
So of the ones that I think it's between Sandslash, Salamence, and Sock. I think the Sock, but with the Sock, it's kind of just the fact that it crits.
Yeah, if it doesn't
feel like
crit
it's less of like
it
the mon.
win
Like
the game.
if you ran that battle like 10 times, I don't think Sock is the MVP every time.
And
yeah,
so that leaves it. Between...
Whereas I feel like Sandslash and Mence both could be.
So I wanted to then bring it to this question of, does Mence win the battle on its own, or does it win it because Ben does misplay on the turns of Dragon Dances?
I can't even say that for certain, because since the Dio speed isn't Dio speed does not have
more like, could he have
speed
just killed it there instead of going for like Toxic Rapid Spin?
He needs a crit.
I mean, if he gets 2, I guess.
And also hit the Stone Edge.
Because he's burned.
Yeah, I think it's the Mence.
I mean, the more thing is like he had 2 chances to like try and hit it, and neither hit.
Yeah.
Or, like, didn't really attack it on either.
Like, I don't know. I think it's up for debate, which is why we have a big dog and a little dog category.
I mean,
and these
so
were
realistically,
our
if you
big
put
and
in,
little dog. Well, should we get into the weekly awards?
If you put it in perspective, I just want to say, I only need the first D dance to kill the Armaldo.
Oh yeah, I agree. I was just saying more of that. I feel like it felt like, in my opinion, and I'm a little biased here. I'm aware I am. Sandslash was.
We both are. Let's be real.
Sandslash was like putting in a lot of. Was making a lot of it like its own pressure. Like obviously, like Mence cleaned out the game, and I don't think anything else on your team at that like wouldn't have had the same clear out of its did. But like, Ben essentially by the time that Mence did get set up that second D dance, obviously the game was over. But there's nothing Ben could have done. Whereas like versus Sandslash, nothing that Foe tried to do ended up working.
Yeah, it's like I said, this is very interesting.
So how about with this 2-tier format, we have a double one.
Oh wow, what a unique idea. It's almost like we have we can go into the power rankings, right, or into the awards now.
Yeah, let's go into the awards.
So we have a few awards this week. Best nickname, little dog, big dog, set of the week, turn of the week, and match of the week. Is there one I'm missing? Biggest letdown is not on here.
Yeah, there is like the failure of the week or the like disappointment of the week.
Yeah, I think it's just biggest letdown on here. Best nickname, in my opinion, was Quantum Physics. With a Pokemon being best nickname, I want it to be a fun nickname that's good, but also a Pokemon that is important to the battle it wins, or like the nickname is like shown in. So like that's why I went Clefable, because like it did clear out the battle at the end and pretty solidly at that.
Yeah, it's a Gen 5 Clefable that got 3 kills. It is named Quantum Physics.
For Big Dog of the Week, which is our best performing Tier 1 Pokemon, it's Salamence.
Wow,
yeah,
what a shock. Who could have seen this coming?
No, I thought Salamence did a really good job this battle. In that regard.
Worst transaction, huh? I can't.
Listen, we don't know how good Dio Speed or if Haxorus could have done this as well.
Oh yeah, Haxorus could have totally done it.
What I'm saying is, if you had a Dio Speed, you wouldn't have had to worry about the Dio Speed.
You are right. Our best Tier 2 is Sandslash. Yeah. I think it's just between like Sandslash and Shaman was what we considered.
Yeah, and one of them got 4 kills, the other got the click subseed.
Yeah. Manaphy just felt like the most Pokemon going into this that I was like the most anticipating, and I just kind of felt like it underperformed completely, where it just kind of died right away.
Yeah, it got the click 1 move and then died.
Yeah. I was a little biased, but I chose Drifblim for set of the week just because none of the other like sets really, like, at least to me, stood out as being like game breaking, like in the set to its move, where it's like I feel like the combination of Shadow Ball killing Slowbro and then Destiny Bond take out Piloswine felt like it nominated Drifblim. This was definitely the hardest one, just because it's week 1. There's not going to be a lot of like out there sets, I feel. Everyone's still testing the water with their team.
There can be, but it's also Gen 5, so I think everyone's kind of trying to figure it out.
Everyone's testing the water, still figuring out what they want to do. Our turn of the week went to Maggie's Salamence's second dance. Once it gets off that second Dragon Dance, as we said. Also, I have these around. I thought it Toxic Rapid Spin the first turn, Toxic the second. Oops.
Yeah, like honestly, the Rapid Spin is never what Ben should have gone for there.
Like, if he Toxic Stone Edge, I think that would have been fine, actually. It's like, yeah, Magnezone's going to die, but Magnezone will probably take Mence with it at that point. As long as Stone Edge hits, that is. And I think, as we discussed in the last VOD review, Gus and Sari was our match of the week just because both players played exactly as they should, and just luck was not on Gus's side, unfortunately.
Yeah, like I think it was one of the battles where like there was not many not misplays really. It's just you know like sometimes the game just says no.
So a few transactions that are now active for this week.
Quite a few actually.
So Ellie now has Jumpluff, Skuntank, Volcarona, and Sigilyph, was it? No, just Skuntank, Jumpluff, Skuntank, Volcarona, and then Donphan and Jumpluff will be Terra Captains. Or Gem Captains.
Gem Captains.
It's still on the head. Sari has dropped Flygon and Sock for Hariyama and Garbodor. I think these are all solid trades so far. I think Volcarona is a really good pickup.
I don't like the gem on Donphan when I feel like Gallade really likes the extra power boost.
I 100% agree. I think Hariyama is really solid here. I think Garbodor is really nice to have as well. I still wish this team just outsped base 100 speed. Wait, I'm sorry. Is Kabutops actually a tier 1? That's his team's rapid spin.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is that... No, wait. Huh.
It's rapid spin, swift swim, and Emmer.
I don't know. I'm seeing the...
So it's a valid
tier 1.
It's
a tier 1 that I'm very sad is a tier 1.
It's a tier... Yeah, it's tough. It's like... Yeah.
Because, like, if that thing was a tier 2, like, Skye would so have that thing.
He could have still picked it up.
Yes, but Doug Trio.
Speaking of, on Skye's team, we have He has dropped Metagross and Superior for Ludicolo and Escavalier. Yeah, I think Ludicolo is a really good pickup. I think not having that speed sweeper was really detrimental because like once the rain was up, there's nothing that can really take advantage of it. Like sure, there's a lot of the Pokemon on the team do benefit from the rain, but nothing's like.
But you don't have like a real rain abuser,
exactly.
And now you do.
That's something I talked about in the power rankings, wasn't it?
Ludicolo is also great for just some move diversity.
Yeah, that's too. Giga Drain. Does it get Stun Spore?
And then Escavalier is nice because you have basically a built-in Aqua Berry on your 4 times weak to Firemon.
No. I mean, Scizor's commonly brought on rain teams in Gen 5 because no one's bringing fire. Like fire types are already weakened.
Yeah, or like Ferrothorn would also kind of fit. You know, same idea.
And then with it being dropped, I have chosen to pick up Metagross in place of Registeel.
Yeah, I mean that's Registeel definitely feels kind of cope in Gen 5.
I don't know,
and there's no point to
I'm not gonna
have a Metagross.
I don't know. I feel like 80, 150, 150 is just really good defensive stats in any gen.
It's too passive in this gen. I feel
with no body press. I think it is kind of hurting because you're kind of stuck going Seismic Toss then. Which
meanwhile, Metagross is fucking Metagross. Yeah. It does not. It only has 2 weaknesses in this gen. Yeah. It goes nuts.
No, I looked at that. I'm like, yeah, it's another Psychic type, and that's kind of not as good. Like I'm losing a Dark and Ghost Resist. Oh well. However, it's another Pokemon.
Like the Dark Resist is not as bad because of the fact that knockoff isn't
also
real.
Also the fact that there's a Tyranitar still, that was my other thought. Was like one, it's another doesn't take damage from Sandstorm. Kind of sweeperish Mon that fits nicely on my team. And 2, and this is a really important 2, I have T-Tar to deal with the Dark and Ghost types.
Yeah. Also, there's 1 good Ghost type.
Yeah, Drifblim.
So, and well, I was gonna say there's also a Gengar.
Yeah, that too. No, I would agree.
But I don't think Ghost Resists are that important.
Just have a normal type, like Linoon. No, but I feel like it's a very nice, looks lovely on my team. And maybe we'll get to talk about it week 2, which week 2 is extended due to the holiday season. So week 2 will be ending on January 5th. We'll try and have a week 2 match review up shortly after that. And